All right, so today I'm full of smiles, okay, because we are about to talk about the plague, all right. Now, if you've been following the plague, you realize that it has been out for quite some time now, for about I think 2 weeks, and people are done already. Somebody used like 2 hours to finish the plague, and guys, the reviews coming in are so amazing. It's overwhelming. It's so overwhelming that I was like, no, I need to get them on set so they share with you their reviews about the plague. And there's so much happening right now with the story. So if you haven't got yet, just listen to them and then get a taste of what the plague is about. So let me leave you to them right now.
Hi everyone, I'm Goldie and I'm done reading the book. And honestly, the book is something everyone should get. When I finished reading the book, I went to my mom and I was like, wow, the book is something else. Like, it's the best. And I recommend everyone to get it, both mothers, fathers, children, the youth, especially. Everyone should get it.
Okay, hi there, I'm Daniel and I'm done reading the book and I recommend the book for everyone because it's so interesting. Like I felt connected to the book.
Hello, I'm Francisca, and I'm a reader of the plague. I hardly read storybooks, but the very first time that I saw the cover of the book with the heart pierced, I was just like, oh my god, then this is going to be an interesting book to read. And I look at the size of the book, it's not going to waste my time, so I did. I did read it, and it was worth it.
Hello, I'm Chris Lab and I'm here to give my review on the book. From my perspective, the book is all about love. Yeah, it's a love tragedy.
All right, so I'm Nick, the author of The Plague, and I'm also here to give my review about the book. And I'm emotional right now, but I hope I can keep my cool while I talk about my story.
I don't have a favorite character, but I have worst characters.
My favorite character is Samantha because like she's real. She's real. She knows how to laugh. Because after the breakup, I thought after the breakup she wouldn't like fall in love again, but she fell in love.
I don't have a favorite character, but I've got favorite characters. Samantha and Hakim. With your situation, I can relate. Where you live in a place where you cannot call home, but you can simply call a house.
Okay, so my favorite character was Hakim. Yeah, was it Hakim Oluwasun? Yeah, my favorite. He was my favorite character because I just like how he made everything look so real. With his feelings for Samantha, like he was ready to do anything to get Samantha because he loved her. Yeah. But then the part I didn't like about him was when he didn't tell her his real identity. Even after everything that happened between him and Samantha, he didn't tell her about his real identity. And also how he just moved on with Haley without thinking about Samantha as if like she never even existed. Yeah, I didn't like that part. But then apart from that, he was my favorite character. Yeah.
My favorite character in The Plague was actually Ronnie. And I loved Ronnie so much because he was the most consistent person through the story. And no matter what happened, he stuck to his best friendship code with Hakim. And I actually felt for him because he was a victim of love, and yet he held on and was still faithful to his friend. And when his friend needed him, when he knew that his friend backstabbed him, he was still there to have his back and all that.
My worst character at the beginning was Lucy because what she did to her best friend wasn't right. I mean, you don't backbite and then do things against your best friend. It's totally wrong. And then I also didn't like Hakim at the beginning because you also don't do that to your best friend. If you want something, I think you should go plain to your best friend and tell your best friend, oh, this is what I want, and I think we should do something about it, or you get over it.
Well, my worst character was Lucy because like how can you backstab your friend like that, your best friend, like tight party like that, and you do that. So,
No, I don't.
Do I have a worst character? Okay, let's see Lucy. Because she was best friends with Samantha, and what she did wasn't expected of her best friend.
My worst character. Actually, my worst character, the parent of Hakeem, Baba Oluwasun and his wife, they gave that boy a bad training, and that actually ended up in the whole mess in the story.
My favorite part was at the latter part of the story when Jacob was adopted by Lucy. It tells me that at the end of the day, he wasn't at a loss. So at the end of the day, there was something good coming out of it.
my favorite part was when Ronnie told Samantha that my heart is in the shirt and you can take my heart and give me my shirt.
My favorite part is where Samantha gets the opportunity to go to school. Yeah, because from where she's coming from, it would have been impossible if not for Mr. Fox.
My favorite part of the story was when Hakeem and Samantha got to know each other and became best friends, and their whole love story started. Yeah, that's
My favorite part of the plague. I have so many favorite parts actually, but just one of them. One of my favorite parts was when Ronnie had to take off his shirt in the canteen. When he met Samantha and he was love struck, and because he poured coffee on her shirt, he just took off his shirt, and I mean he was just there like this god. That was my favorite part.
Honestly, I was really sad. It got to a point I really wanted to cry, especially when Samantha lost her mother and the part where she got stranded in Ghana. It was really sad. Putting myself in her shoes, I think it's something I wouldn't want anybody to go through. And also the part that she felt very vulnerable with Hakeem and then his best friend. Yeah.
Oh, my emotions, like I was happy because of some lines that made me happy, like some vibes in the bar, yeah, and some sad parts when Samantha died.
I was kind of sad and kind of happy. Well, what Samantha loses the dad.
I wasn't sad. I wasn't happy. I was normal. Yeah, I wasn't sad. I wasn't happy.
Okay, so the thing is that even after I wrote the story myself, when the book was out, I read it again. I read it again twice, and the first time I read it in 2 hours, and I was in my bed and I was laughing at some point, and at some point my heart was crying at some point, and it was really emotional at some point. But overall, my emotions were all like this the whole time, like up and it goes down like that.
Yes, I learned that in life you can't really trust everyone totally. I mean, even if you decide to give your all to someone, you should know that definitely there's going to be some potholes somewhere that the person probably doesn't want you to know. But then you should also learn to know that everybody has flaws and then accept everybody for who they are. Yes.
Okay, my lesson is there's no love in the world except God. The only love in the world is God.
Yes, I did. Yeah, there are lessons learned. I learned that if there is any part of the body that knows how to cry, it's not the eyes, but the heart.
Okay.
That the heart cries it every time, even when the eyes have shed no tears.
No hiding of your true identity. Yeah.
So many lessons, but one of them is from chapter 10, and it says love is said to be the strongest potion, and when overdosed it can cause fatal disorders. The lesson I learned is that I need to love just in the right amount, right? I don't have to over love, but I don't have to under love. I just need to love in the right amount.
So upon reading the book, we actually got to know that there was a part in the book where Ronnie and Hakim were found to be boys who really play girls. And so relating it to our world right now, we actually know that a lot of girls fall victim to these kind of boys. Some girls can actually decide that, oh, I'm not going to have anything with any boy until I get married. But then they find themselves in a situation where the guy actually lures them to have sex with them. And so they end up breaking their virginity. And I think it's something that boys find doing, which is they see it to be very pleasurable, but I think it's wrong. Don't you think so?
Yes, well, I think so. I think it's wrong. For example, I know people in my vicinity. I would not say that I am an experiencer of love. I say that not because I don't believe in love, but it is simply because I kind of, the kind of behaviors of these kinds of boys makes me be afraid.
Yeah.
Wait, but
Do you
then
get that it.
okay, but when you guys are talking like that, it's like the guys are the ones who are actually perpetuating that thing. But I think at some point the ladies actually tempt us, take us to that level, right? Yeah, like I think most of the time the ladies actually take us there. For example, Haley, see what Haley did. Like she actually literally walked into the boy's bedroom and actually asked for sex, you understand? So then mostly it's not our fault. We want to stay right, so we're in our lane, but we are watching our football and you ladies
Are you sure?
Yeah, like most of the time, that's what happens.
And it's not most of the time, buddy. You guys are a fan of doing that. Actually, it's not really. It's not your attitude, but it's your character.
Wow.
It's
Wow.
not just an attitude.
Wow.
This is who you really are. It's
Okay, but what about you ladies? You also have such characters.
We do?
Yes, like
No,
you also.
the issue is that with Haley, for example, she knows Hakim to be a guy who will fall victim if she's supposed to go and do those kind of things. That is why she did that. If she knows that Hakim wouldn't really budge or Hakim wouldn't mind her, I'm not sure she would have even thought of doing that to get Hakim. But we all know that that is how most of you, I wouldn't say all of you, but I would say most of you are. You guys actually, you know the tactics, you're so tactical in getting girls, and we really don't know what you guys do or say, but usually girls find themselves getting involved with guys and then breaking their hearts and then going through a lot of trauma and depression.
Guys won't, for instance, guys won't do something they are not prepared for.
Oh really?
Guys won't do
Exactly.
some, yes.
Exactly.
We won't be attracted if you won't do some certain things.
But you haven't seen a girl who doesn't do those things, but then the guy finds himself getting.
Oh yeah, there are.
Looking at Samantha, for example, Samantha wasn't dressing in a way that was actually revealing or was sexual in any way.
But she was beautiful.
She was beautiful, but
She wasn't
dressing in that way. She was dressing in a very modest way.
It's the attraction.
It's the attraction, but it's the thing. It's the thing. But you said that if you do not dress in that way, the guy is not going to get attracted. As a matter of fact, Lucy was the one dressing in that way.
Okay, so in chapter 11, it says that there's always something that attracts us to someone. The laws of attraction say that the longer you spend time with someone, the more you are likely to be attracted to that person, even if it wasn't there from the very beginning. So then you girls also, you put yourself on us. You see, every time you're putting yourself on us, and you're fine, you're nice, Charlie, you've got the body and all that, and we get attracted. I mean, it's a lot.
So from the story, I think at this part, Hakim was falling in love with Samantha, right?
Yes.
Hakim wasn't going with the intention of having sex with her.
Okay.
He went with the intention of building something with her.
Yeah.
You get
But
it?
what happened in the end?
But if you say that we dress in a way that we look sexy or we look nice, are you trying to say that we also shouldn't look nice? We should look in a very haphazard way and then.
But in the book, it was like Samantha was the one pulling Hakeem to.
Yes,
Because
yes.
She
There was one
decorated
night.
the place.
There was one night
made it-
that she intentionally brought a movie. I mean, who went to school dance with a boy? She went to school dance with a boy in the room. The lights were out. She wore a mini skirt. I mean, that's what she did.
Okay, so it seems like you were the direct image of God. You understand, and that when God made you guys, he gave us not even kind of, but he gave us what? Self-control.
Exactly.
You understand?
Self-control.
And exactly. And it says that you can force the river to the riverside, but you can never force it to drink, right?
Okay.
And so if I force it to the riverside and then you get to drink it, then it's because you want to drink
Then
it.
that's our fault.
Exactly, sure.
So why did you force us to the riverside? Why did you bring us to the riverside if you know you don't want us to?
So when you say boys are boys, what exactly do you mean by boys?
We are not attracted to some certain things you do. Like if you don't do something, we won't do it.
Such
That's
as,
how it is.
Such as.
Like if you didn't call him to come to the
So
room to
looking
come
at
in.
Samantha, did Samantha do anything to attract
Yes.
Hakeem or Ronnie?
Well,
She really
technically
didn't
she
do
did.
anything.
With Hakeem, she did. He
With
did.
the part, with the part,
With Ronnie,
with
with Ronnie, she didn't.
Yeah, but
That's why they never had
That's what they
sex.
did.
But he was, I'm
Those
sure
are
he was
dates.
planning on having sex with someone.
Okay, so you don't forget that was a test.
He wasn't.
You see, that was a test. It was not Samantha's intention to do that, to lure him to having sex with her. It was what? A test.
But then why would you test us? And then
Because
why would you test us?
because they know,
No one tells me
because
anything.
she knew that Hakeem could have done it. So she really wanted to know the real intention
So then,
of the
at that
guy.
point-
You know, it's very difficult of late. It's very difficult to really know the motive or the intention behind a guy coming to say, "Oh, I want us to date. I want us to be in a relationship." It's very difficult for a lady to know.
So when we come proposing to you guys think that we won't have sex with you people.
Exactly, because
They want to test us.
many of you have those kind of attitude or mindset.
Oh, then that's
And
not
that-
like that.
Imagine seeing a girl for the very first time and then you see her, you're like, wow, you're really pretty, I want to date you. Why do you want to date her by seeing her? What is the
Because you are
intention?
pretty. He said it. You are pretty.
You are
You're
pretty,
pretty,
but
so-
you really don't know how she is like in terms of character.
You would get
So with time, exactly.
Yeah.
With time, you
Really?
get to know. That's what's called dating. You are
Oh.
pretty, so then it means that if I take you to a function, you brighten me up.
But
You brighten- and then I'll get to know you from there.
But if you say that that's what is called dating, you should also know that you are not supposed to date for fun or date anyhow. You should be very careful as to who you are supposed to date. Because when you are dating, you are getting to know someone for the future. So before you even get into dating with someone, I think you should rather build some form of friendship with the person before you get
Oh
to
my God,
it.
you deserve a clap. Like, do that for her.
No. Okay, so now we're getting to dating,
Yeah.
right? Now, I think we are getting too deep into the book and stuff. I want people to join to the whole thing. So then, how about this? We actually schedule a date and have a full book review where people will join us. By that time, everybody will have finished reading and they will join us and we'll have a full book review. How about that one?
That's perfect.
That's really cool.
That's cool, right? And I'm thinking of having it like at the poolside or something.
That's
Where we'll be like a
really-
poolside bikinis, exactly. And where we actually, like there's something of the pool that the pool actually brings intimacy. You understand? So we actually be at the poolside and we can actually share in the experiences of the play. And then we'll talk about this. I'll have more boys there. And we'll defend this issue. That boys are not all about sex. Okay, sometimes it's the ladies who actually appeal to us and drive us
Oh,
to
yes.
it. Okay, we'll talk about this when we get at the book review. Alright, so yeah, so that is it about the book review for now. We'll see you, we'll communicate the date and time to you, and we'll see you at the poolside to discuss the plague. We're out.